extra meeting called to order. I do apologize to the public for being delayed. We did have some things we wanted to take care of before this meeting. The meeting will now come to order July 23rd at 7:56 p.m. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so first thing on the agenda is I had Cheyenne add this to this meeting because the county gave us 2 weeks to figure this out after our regular scheduled meeting. You guys should have got a letter about it.
Did you see it?
Chase, you want to stand up at the podium?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to kind of give us a little explanation of what's going on up there?
The county wants me to change my address from Austin Zimmerman, putting that place behind me. They're changing the name of that through street. That's the line, so we're in city. They made Delina change hers already, being in county. I don't think it's really necessary. Been 111 McCall forever. You can see it from the street. In that letter, she brings up like the emergency services and makes it sound like intimidating to you guys, like something could happen to you if you don't change mine. But then talking to her on the phone, that was hardly one of her points. And she was just saying how she wanted to be all neat and how it doesn't line up. And then she also talked about how she's seen many others in town that are messed up, would like to get all them fixed. But yeah, obviously I don't want to change it. I mean, that's a pain. You guys know everything I got registered.
So if I'm understanding correctly,
Do we need to call Todd?
do you remember how to work that?
Do you have a?
Don't know if it's working.
I have a cell phone.
Okay.
The
Joe.
other day.
So, what's going on up there is we had the two places, and correct me if I'm wrong, the two places that went in are in the county. And you guys
one
are-
was already there. Just
Well,
one
and-
new place went in.
And so the county decided to change the street name to
John Lane.
John Lane.
It's supposed to be John's, but they messed it up.
Right,
didn't
and
put
it's,
yes on it.
and it's technically our city, it's McCall. It's what it's always been.
Yeah.
So you said cell phone?
Yes.
I don't see
Um,
why. I don't see why.
Yeah.
it would be-
I just changed my bank account. It's
Why
a
they
nightmare.
couldn't stay
Yeah.
McCall, because it's McCall Street right to that line.
oops.
Right.
And then John Lane can be this
It's a
other street
branch.
that goes all the way back out that way.
Well, and county has 4-digit RAIN numbers and city has 3, so it's not like it's gonna be too confusing for them, in my opinion.
That's if we.
Right, the street.
This is Todd.
Hey Todd, this is Nick up here at City of Julietta.
How are you?
I am great. You're on the phone. We were talking about that address change up there out in McCall. Just
Yeah.
wanted to get your legal input of the all-wise Todd.
Well, all wise. That's high praise for somebody who doesn't earn it.
But we paid for it.
That was actually Eric, not mine.
Here's what I can tell you. There is a theory that the city could have liability for not agreeing, and that the liability is essentially what if emergency services had to get there quickly and they were delayed because there was confusion about the address. That's kind of the most simple terms of it. And my belief is that, well, even in that situation, there's probably not liability to the city. There are that you would have to overcome some legal doctrines that give the city immunity, and unless there is a duty to act. I have not been able to find a duty to act. And I suppose what I could say is, if we start off with the landowner petitioning the council, and I believe the landowner has petitioned the council to not change the address, we start off, we have a pretty good basis to deny the county's request. As I looked at it, it seems to me that it would be really a very simple thing for the county to mark the road going beyond that driveway as being John Street or whatever they want to call it, and then you just have we could actually put in a sign that says whatever it's 111 McCall or whatever the address is there, pointing to that address or to that driveway. I think it's a very simple fix. I think it's very easy. I think the county may object and think that we're not doing enough, but I think it's a perfectly reasonable way to go. Is that if somebody convinces me, or and I will continue to do some research on this, but if somebody convinces me that no, there's additional liability that I didn't see, I can always come back to the city and say, no, we need to fix that, and the city can then agree to change that address. I don't think there's anything magical about doing it right now. I understand why the county wants to do it. If the city doesn't want to, the county cannot force the city to do it.
Okay, thanks, Todd. Does anybody have any questions for Todd? Okay, thanks,
No.
Todd. We're gonna
You
let you
bet.
go. We're gonna
Glad to
let you
help.
go. Okay, thank you.
All right. You
Bye.
guys have a good evening.
Okay. Jeff? You're up in that area, so you're good.
Well, I do.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So one, I guess I was confused when all of a sudden I saw him putting up this John Lane because it's a blue sign, which normally indicates that's a private road.
Right.
And I was like, who? And I was like, then I saw him putting the sign up and I'm like, well, I'm sure they got somebody's permission to hang it on there.
No. I just came home from work and it was there.
Yeah, I watched them because I couldn't reach in there to get in their pickup to get it higher, but I don't want to come off like I know, but so I sit on the addressing committee sometimes with the city of Lewiston, and we deal with this all the time, especially with all the new stuff there. And it really comes down to the people who do GIS, that do the addressing for the counties and things, especially with this next gen 911, which if we're sitting on that committee as well, but anyway, they're really big on, you gotta have the numbers right, because it's a thing. But I remember, was it 5-6 years ago when we talked about, because we've got Lynn.
Two intersections of Lynn and Hallett.
Right. I got
Yeah.
If you go Lynn, it's Lynn and Hallett, but they're like, well, what does a fire? I'm like, they'll go where the fire is, I'll bet.
Where they
We
see
followed a
smoke.
small.
Right.
We were dispatched to Lynn and Hallett and it wasn't a fire, so there was no smoke to look for. And here I am waking up the neighbors
Right.
at midnight,
And it was the
trying
next
to
one,
figure
right.
out which
Yeah.
one of you guys called us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I agree with him and Justin suggests, I think a lot of people forget when you go down that road towards the house, that's actually still city road until his driveway. And so that's when I saw that blue sign, I was like, it's just weird. So I totally support keeping that McCall, put a sign that says 111 McCall, and then whatever the address is for John's Lane that way. I just don't see the liability. I mean, I guess I could, okay, but like with Next Gen 911, let's be honest, most people use a cell phone. Next Gen 911 that the state is going to is all based on where your phone is at. So you could be, and that it could be your address, but they're gonna send you where your phone's at.
Right.
So I think that to me is a little bit of a less liability too. So that's my 2 cents, maybe 10 cents.
Anybody else have any comments?
I have a question. So is there any ramifications with relationship with the county if we don't work with them?
Well, the way I kind of look at, I don't think there is because they have ordinances that they have to give us money and I don't think they're gonna care. I think they were just this was easier for them because they therefore had 2 county residents. They kind of felt that the city isn't gonna go against the county. We have jurisdiction in our city and they have jurisdiction in the county. So I don't think there's gonna be any ramifications really. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my personal thought. I think it was easier, path of least resistance. So, and I feel that they should have notified us when they're changing one of our city streets.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
We never got
That's
anything until Cheyenne got the letter, or
Well,
maybe Chase got it. Somebody got it.
I got one phone call.
One phone call, so yeah.
Nobody was, the
Maybe
city
it was
wasn't
kinda forced
asked
them.
to put the
Oh.
sign, I mean.
Yeah.
Right, and nobody
They
notified the
just-
fire
they just
department
put
or,
it up.
yeah. So I think they were just path of least resistance. I don't think they were really, I don't think there's gonna be
And
my
again,
thoughts.
one of the things, so I work with the Nez Perce County GIS guy, and he actually was talking about this prior to this coming up to me. He goes, yeah, there's a new house that went up in Julietta and it's got some weird number and some weird name. I'm like, oh, yeah. I go, yeah, this blue sign showed up and and I've talked to the people, they're very nice and everything, but yeah, when that just showed up, that's all. I was like, but I think it's, because Mark's got a fair point on, we don't want to,
Right,
burn a bridge, but it literally comes out of just GIS. The GIS people like sequential numbers, and it is nice for fire alarm to be like, okay, if this is 312, this should be the next one. But I think it's two houses, and if we can put a sign, there's one road in, so the signs
Right.
could be like, you can't miss it, right?
Right.
And we have right there
County
at the bottom.
GIS knows that the addresses here in town are screwed up.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely, I know that's a good concern to bring up for that. I mean, I don't think there would be, but it is something to be concerned, but I think if we do the two signs, I think the county would be happy with that. I mean, you guys would be happy with it. Justin,
I will
We
say
won't go to the
that,
fires out in the county.
both of those parcels, we asked the residents on both of those parcels if they wanted to be annexed, and they both said no. But that doesn't mean the city couldn't annex, or someone else chooses to annex those two pieces later.
so then if they annex in, then, which is an area that we could annex in, then they will go to a 2-digit or 3-digit RAIN number and their address will
City.
change anyway. Yep,
Right.
Todd said he would tell us if there are problems.
we
yeah,
can change it later.
I was gonna say that too, is if you guys do end up wanting to change it or whatever, I didn't like how the county has handled this and just like sending this letter in between meetings saying, if you guys don't respond, we're just gonna do what
Right.
we want type of deal. And I don't want them to just think they got free reign over the city now if we just don't respond and let them do what they do. So if you guys end up wanting to change it, I would just at least respond to the county and let them know that you guys are gonna be handling this and make sure that we keep our city and the county doesn't think they just got free reign to do whatever they want here.
I'll say I'd like to cooperate with the county if that's what they really want. That's just me.
well, I mean, I wonder if we just, cause I mean, you talked to the county today, right, Cheyenne? I say we propose to the county the two signs. Cause basically the county road doesn't start till past your driveway anyway,
Mhm.
correct? And where does the first driveway come in? Does it come in before your house or after?
After
Both.
Julia's driveway. You mean like on McCall, like if you were
Yes.
to go
Does it go,
upper road?
does it come in past your house or,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so both county addresses are technically past your house.
yeah.
So I mean, that's something we could propose to the county to, work with them saying, hey, this is what we propose because, we want to maintain a good relationship with the county, but we also want to make sure that we keep that separate. So that, because people will get confused with the 3-digit and a 4-digit. So are they asking you to go to a 4-digit number? Or did they give you a new address or are you just changing it to?
I think they proposed a 3-digit,
But they wanted it
an
an
even.
even because of the side
You're
of
on
the
the
road
south
I'm
side of the
on.
road, yeah.
So you would be a 3-digit on a county road and the other two would be 4 digits.
I'm not sure what their addresses are.
Do we know what their addresses are?
No, they haven't communicated that with me.
So this is a real big, cause
So they
I know
don't
that's a
pay
big
more?
thing, 3-digit, 4-digit differentiates county to city. So I would ask the fire department,
Counties 4, Laytop.
And then Nez Perce is 5.
We also have some 4-digit numbers, you like store.
right, but not right in town.
Correct.
Yeah,
So Jeff, what would you recommend if they say, no, we want to do it this way?
Say it's the city,
So it's
and
changed.
it's our city street.
Okay.
And I don't think, to me, it's not I don't think it's as big an emergency issue, a public safety issue as it came across. That's just my
Gotcha.
personal opinion. It's his house, if there's something, they gotta go by his house to get to the other ones. They're gonna find it, there's like the one road. that would be my, and you know, that's what I don't know, we can have more discussion, but
We won't
I'm
have
ready to
any
make
trouble, I mean, cause, yeah.
So Delina is 107 John Lane,
Oh, they kept 3 digits for him.
and I think that Austin is 105, but it doesn't tell me that yet, because.
that would make sense, yeah. But even if it's 111 McCall and then there wasn't, it's still sequential, it's just a different name. But that to me, I like say, I mean, this is more discussion, I'm gonna make a motion, but
Amanda?
I mean, if there's no legal ramifications, I'm leaning towards just doing the 2 signs. I mean, if Todd says there's nothing.
And we could,
we can change it later. if
we could submit
find
it to the
something.
county if they really, push hard. I don't think they will, but
I don't think so.
I
think
didn't,
it's
I didn't
just-
get that indication from the letter. I mean, it sounds like
just want a decision.
yeah, I mean, they
Mhm.
finally acknowledge it's the city's decision. They want one made by the end of the month. Of course, they gave their recommendation, but again, per state law, they need to defer to the city. So what in theory, what you say should go.
The flip side of it too is if we make them change, we should do it to everybody else.
Well, that was part of our frustration. I guess
Yeah.
I should step down probably, but that was part of our frustration was they acknowledged that there were a lot of other addresses in town that are a little wonky and
Right.
could potentially be a safety hazard. But then our address is the only one that's brought up in that letter as not being compliant with what they want. And a couple more frustrations and is the lack of communication that we had when they first brought this to our attention. It was never said that ultimately it's the city's decision. We were made to feel like this is how it was going to be. And it wasn't until I asked 2 separate times for them to cite their authority as to how the county has authority to require us as city residents to change our address. And I got 0 reply from them. My emails went unanswered
They don't have it.
until the day after our last regular meeting. I get this letter. And of course, the bulk of it being about the 911 changes and the safety concern, that was never addressed to any of us
The only thing.
initially.
The only thing that she mentioned that briefly on the phone call, but all she brought up was the GIS stuff you were talking about and how her little grid map doesn't line up. Like that was her whole argument was my map doesn't look how I want it to look.
So we were frustrated because, they're claiming it's a safety issue but then they go and put up this John Lane, unbeknownst to us until we come home from vacation, had no idea it was happening. And if it's such a safety concern, then why was Clifford not notified of this address change? Because if there had been a fire, say at Austin Zimmerman's place, and it goes
Oh,
out,
because they're in the county.
well, but they'll still try to get you to come. But, and it comes through his radio as whatever the address, John Lane, Clifford would have had
I
no
wouldn't have no
idea
idea where they
that
are.
John Lane was there until
Yeah,
I
I
told
remember
him.
Cross Street.
And that
that was-
frustrates me because
Yeah.
I'm not getting clarity from the county. And then we get this letter saying that if the city doesn't decide, they're going to move forward with doing it anyway. And again, I don't understand what legal authority they have to do that. And of course, I don't want to sour any relationship we have with the county. We need to work well with them, of course, but I would like some clarification on, where they're getting authority if they're trying to get people within city limits of Juliaetta to make these changes. And then, of course, I'll just end it with this. There was 0 communication with any of you. No one knew that sign was going up, and that sign is in city proper, or
It is.
within city limits. And to my knowledge, no one was contacted that a new sign was going up and that an entire road was being changed.
I didn't hear anything,
So-
Justin.
That's my
You guys-
frustration with it. I understand where the county's coming from, but as Chase talked about, if it's something that the city wants to move forward with, we completely respect that, but we want it to be the city's decision and on the city's terms because that's the right of the city. And I don't ever want the county we're in the situation of someone else coming in and trying to bully us into doing things that it's not up to them. So anyway, we appreciate you.
Do you ever see the feds ever requiring,
It's all state stuff.
it's all state stuff?
And like Chase Brown, JIS, and God loves them because they do a lot, they like numerically, that's why they redid Lapway, right? Because that town was the same thing. In this town, it's poop show, but it is. And eventually they may want to do it all. I'm like, well, let's do it all, not just one.
Right.
And like I say, GIS likes sequential numbers. They like, and I know like, listen, there's all these rules like, well, if a road can ever go through, then whatever the name of this road is, it could be 5 miles down the road. And they're doing then that new area off Warner. There's a giant canyon, like you're never gonna extend a road there, but a road over here, even though it could potentially connect, just because you're supposed to, this is once again, Lewiston City Code, you're supposed to use this street's name.
Moscow does the same thing,
And
6 blocks
even-
away.
Yes, because that's the same,
Yeah,
because it
and
makes
it's
sense.
and it's a
They
one
might
block
connect,
section,
and you're like,
and it's a one
there's
block
10
section.
houses in the way, they're
Yeah,
never gonna
yeah,
connect. Right?
exactly.
Yeah, so it's GIS likes it. Yes, there's some sequential things that's good for the cops, but I think 30 years of being on, a couple big bright signs, I know it costs us a few bucks for the city, we have a side thing, and we get 2 big bright signs, and one says 111 McCall, and it kind of points that way, and 107 and 105 Johns Lane, that way, it's bright, cops and firemen will like it, and
I'll
I
buy
think
the
it
sign.
solves it. But it covers that safety issue.
Right.
I think that any liability in the city now, we've done everything we can, and we treated our citizens right.
I'd like to play a devil's advocate with a question. So since the city is doo-doo right now, are we interfering with them fixing that? Is this kind of how they're fixing?
I don't think so. If they were gonna do it, to me, it's a big, like when they redid Lapway, I mean, that's like tons of meetings. Like,
And it was the whole town.
yeah, it was a whole town and people had input. It was a whole, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, like, to me, if they're gonna do it, then that's when they're gonna redo the whole town.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're gonna have
no,
to have
that's a good
public
question, but
hearings
yeah,
and
they're-
stuff, yeah.
And it's like, that's a lot, because now
Okay.
you're doing the entire thing.
Yeah, like I'd be on the deal for that, on that, because Lynn is kind of.
Lynn is a mess.
is a
Oh,
mess.
God, yeah.
Well, I remember, because when you brought it up and Wendy was, being with the mail,
Yeah.
she's like, well,
Shut
they'll never
it down.
change it because it's the mail service and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, yeah, that's true to the mail service, but the county or the city could if we really wanted to, but it's like, you got the street safe street, and it's like, yeah. So,
Are you on the mail route?
Lane, yeah.
Are you on the mail route?
Or something.
yeah.
Do you have a
there's
quote?
We have
right
a
next to
mail
mine.
box
Yeah.
at the top of
Yeah.
It's right
second.
next to mine. Yeah, right by the-
Yeah.
I just don't understand though, what's our reasoning to the county? Are we saying that it's our town? Are we saying that we have a resident who happens to be our clerk treasurer and she's trying to get clarification, you guys didn't communicate well? Like, what's our reasoning for telling the county no?
We had an objection or, just.
I think-
Well, we had a citizen come and object to it, and
And citizen objected to it. Like you said, the process didn't seem right to them and there's no reason not to believe them, right? Like.
Right.
And then I think that, yeah, it's like, those are the, not just, hey, we're the city, get out of here, but.
right.
And I think that 3 is, it's not as big as public safety issue as it's being portrayed, which is
So
my opinion.
Are we telling them no, or are we asking them to clarify more?
Well, the
I
letter
don't
said,
know.
the letter gave a August 1st deadline. So I would say that we go back and say, and if the council decides this, that we do the 2 signs and just say the county, this is what the city decided. And if the county says, well, we don't really like it, then they'll come back to us with more official stuff. I think they were just my thought is they were just going with the path of least resistance. Just figured that nobody's gonna complain. So, but changing your address is a big thing. It's and if it's gonna happen to one, I feel that, like Eric said, it should be
Yeah.
shake up the whole damn town. Not that I want that to happen, but that's my thought.
That's his
If
campaign.
you read that, almost the last paragraph, it says, we strongly recommend the city support it. So there's no, you have to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then it talks about Village View Homes will be adopting a new lane name. Well, good for them because one's brand new and one nobody lives in. They just come visit.
Mhm.
And then it says if the city chooses not to participate, this resulted in an inconsistent addressing structure for a single access point, which could cause confusion and delays in emergency response. There is, yes, there's always that. But it says, we recommend speaking to your attorney about potential liability. He didn't think that was any, I think that answer is kind of like what Mark's saying. This is why you suggested it. This is why we don't think we do it. And in fact, we're gonna go above and beyond and put signs there to help mitigate anything. And I think that's how we could cover it. Then we're not going like, hey, we're the city, don't do
Right.
this kind of thing, right? But we have valid reason. We have concerned citizens. We have a way to mitigate the
Yep.
risk. To me, it's not a hard sell, I guess.
So-
And I think it shows that we listen, our citizens of this county, we made a decision. That's what we're here to do.
The city's done the solution with Campbell's Road or Christensen's Road.
Right, because it was a weird thing
It's a
too.
weird thing, yeah, so then does the EMS or fire truck have any problem with that?
Christensen in the county?
Well, it's not just them, it's
Chuck.
also
Chuck.
police.
Chris,
responding.
Christopher, I
Christopher.
forget.
Yeah, Chuck's in the city.
Oh, okay. But he has his own private lane, right?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
But again, it's not just local EMT, it's any law enforcement that from the
Yeah,
county.
I think the sign would be good. That's
Okay.
like, usually the cops like, what houses you go to. They don't go to theirs. Couple blocks away, yeah. They know a few addresses, right? But that sign, I'll be honest with you, that is what they're gonna look for. Yeah, it's nice on most streets. Yeah, south side is even normally, north side is odd, same with, but it's 3 houses and only one's in the city. Yeah.
So what we could do is put a John Lane with an arrow on the main road and then move John Lane from here on out and then have them, call. Just to give them, so that points them in the right direction where
Where John Lane actually.
And then-
starts.
Yeah, we'll put it where John Lane actually
Where it
starts.
actually starts at the end of the city.
Yeah.
limits.
One last thing, I promise.
Uh-oh.
So if we're saying like we'd have to do this to everyone, that means if the county does more and they come to us and we've said, no, we don't change, then we have to do that for them too.
Well, first
I
of
think it
all,
depends on the
GIS
situation.
office.
Yeah, I don't think the county's gonna, because I think it's just a weird thing with them being right on the county line, where
Gotcha.
that county
Okay.
property is kind of landlocked by city property, where it technically should have exited to a county road. But in that area, I don't even know how you would get to a county, because you'd have to go through Nelson Lane, which is behind
Right.
you, or clear over to another city road, which is the weird Lynn Street or Chuck Christopher's. So, yeah, I think it's just a weird situation because of that county property is landlocked.
Gotcha.
That's just my thoughts.
Have we brought that, has this ever come up before?
Yeah, that I
I
remember.
can't remember. I mean, I've been,
Yeah.
I think it's just a.
Not in 11, not in
It's
the,
an anomaly. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Not the 11 years.
Property is in the county, correct?
Yeah, that's what I know, is like my pastor's in the county,
Yeah, I
but
was
my
gonna
house
say,
is in the
'cause
city.
you passed your.
So,
Yeah.
so that's why I only start fires on my city part. County part.
So on the county part, you'll have your checkbook out.
I got that fire hydrant right in my driveway, Craig. Come on, man. I'm ready to make a motion if everybody's done discussing.
okay, we have a motion to,
Motion to not change the address, leave it with 111 McCall Street, and then look at,
add some signage.
add a sign, we can add a sign where we find, think it is best, either at the top or at the bottom where it says 111 McCall Street. And then to the John's Lane, that we would pay for that, and then we send a letter to Latah County just saying, we discussed it. Here's our reasons why, the 3 we discussed, that it's, a citizen concerned about it. We don't think it's as big a concern. We talked to our attorney, just like they
Mhm.
recommended, and the sign will help mitigate any kind of risk for first responders like Mark brought up, and I think that is my motion.
Okay.
Small.
Do I have a second?
Don't make me repeat it. I make a motion to,
Yes.
accept, yeah.
Second.
Second
We have a-
motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we'll send a copy of the minutes along with the letter.
Okay.
Okay. Before we move on to the next one, I just have a couple quick comments. I won't take as long as Mark. I wanted to thank Amanda for covering in my absence while I was on a much needed vacation. I
You
know it
didn't
was-
let the town burn down.
you guys didn't let the town burn down, so good job there. And I want to thank the council for doing a great job on the budget. I think even with everything that we added, we didn't really add a lot of money. And that was a great job on everybody's behalf. A lot of good discussion and a lot of long meetings, but I'm very thankful that, you know, everybody got good input and we got through this. Okay. So does somebody want to make a motion to adopt you don't have to say the number, we're just adopting the tentative budget. I did ask Cheyenne to give this so that you guys could see, you know, because then I know in the past we didn't really see the number until August sometimes.
Yeah, no, you did a great job.
Want to
this
make
year.
sure that everybody knew what we were signing on the hook for. Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept the tentative 2026 budget.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the fiscal year 2026 budget. All in favor? Motion passes. Okay. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Wait, you're a council member also, technically, you can.
No, I'm not a council, not that way. I heard the mayor in Tennessee do this. He goes, I would entertain a motion asking for one.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Motion passes. Thanks, everybody.
Working out there, everybody?
Purely informational, that's only a 1.2% increase in the budget.
Ah.
That's too much, we could have cut.
Joe, what did I do?
Celebrate.
What did I do up here? I can't read what that says.
They just.
Cost of living.
Do I click yes?
Salary.
You guys,
Because we
Yes.
tweaking it up.